or your IG handle, Instagram.
or whatever. Or
Good morning, beautiful black people, and it's Mental Health Monday on the Black Lunch Break. Also, it's Motivation Monday, and today, as our special guest, we have Amir Usher of the Amir James clothing brand. Special designer, special person straight out of the SIP. We can't wait to sit down with Amir Usher today at 1 Eastern, 12 noon, only on Facebook Live. The Black Lunch Break. It goes down. Let's get it.
Only thing I gotta do is just show up.
Yeah, a superhero in the flesh. Even at my worst, I'm the best. For the finish, I stretch. When they advance me this check, could've bought my way to heaven, but I blow it on my neck instead. What you expect when you ain't had shit and they ain't paying half of what you asking? Couldn't even see the pussy even if it's casting. Now the hoes are down for taking pictures cause you flashing. You can't even imagine.
AKA Cirillo, yo. What's good? Hey, this is episode 16 of the Black Lunch Break with the Black Lunch crew, man. We got CJ in the building. We got Cody Capone in the building. We got your girl Sika in the building. We got DJ George Chuck in the building. And officially we got our guest Amir Usher in the building of Amir James clothing line. Yo, what's good, bro? How you doing, man? Welcome to the show.
I'm pretty good, man. How y'all doing? Thanks for having me.
Man, it's all good, man. Hey, look, man, we if y'all out there right now, y'all just tuning in, man. This is the actual episode 16 of the Black Lunch Break. We right now we're live, man. Make sure y'all sharing it right now. We about to jump into it with our homie Amir Usher. Today we're talking about we gonna weave in some mental health Monday for y'all, right? We're gonna see how folks are coping with this COVID still. But we're also gonna get into like the world of fashion design and what it takes to level that even he's at right now and beyond, and get some real good insight for folks that's aspiring and trying to get in the game, and so on and so forth, man. So we're gonna jump into it, but real quick, though, I want to go around the room. I want to go around the room, get folks to introduce themselves. So CJ, you can take it off.
What's happening, y'all? CJ Lawrence Esquire in the building. So excited to have you here, Amir. Really looking forward to chopping it up with you about your ascension in the fashion ranks and just, being an HBCU grad and everything, man. We're looking forward to it.
Absolutely, man.
What's good, everybody? I am Sika. How you doing, Amir? The only thing I need to know is it Amir Usher or Amir Usher?
Nah, this Usher ain't no wrong in that.
Okay.
Yeah, what's good, Amir? Welcome, Cody Capone. I'm excited because I ended up starting a clothing brand by mistake. So I need you to show me how to make it pop off by mistake on purpose.
Only on purpose.
I think is it on me?
Yeah.
Amir, what's up, man? This is George Chuck, DJ George Chuck. Man, I know they might get to this in the interview, but ain't you Bart cousin?
Oh, nah. Me and Bart grew up together, though. We from
Oh,
the
y'all
same
grew up
spot.
together. Okay, that's what it is. Meridian in the house. Well, yeah, I just wanted to bring Bart up in here, man. That's my guy. You know.
Absolutely.
So look forward to talking with you, baby.
Absolutely, man.
Hey, boy, Mississippi strong around here, boy. The SIP in the house, y'all. One time from Meridian, man. If you from Meridian or you from the SIP, man, make sure y'all holla at us right now, man. Make sure y'all sharing this real quick to get that. But we gonna jump right into it, man. Before we do though, before we do, man, I just want to remind everybody, take the census. The census is going on right now. It's gonna be going on for a while, man. Make sure y'all doing that. Make sure you're getting counted. That's important. I think the next piece of that is in terms of just reminders out there. We want to remind y'all to make sure you check on your voter registration status, making sure you're not purged from the rolls, and make sure you get that done. And lastly, the election day, election 2020 is in 203 days. 203 days. Please pay attention. Pay attention, people. We got to jump into it, man. So we already know where the brother from. Amir is from Meridian, Mississippi. But, man, where you at these days?
I hear the last part. You said,
I said, where you at these days? Where you living? Where you based?
Man, I'm based in Atlanta, Georgia right now, man. I've been out here for about 4 or 5 years now.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. So what part of Atlanta you living in?
In the Buckhead area.
Okay. Yeah, I'm here. We here. I think we've been in Atlanta enough. We've been there enough to know what's happening. So
He living in Buckhead, man. That means his clothing line doing pretty damn good.
I'm about to say, boy, you living in Buckhead, you doing all right. You know what I mean? You doing all right.
You live in the suburbs.
That's what's up, though, man. That's what's up, man. Congratulations, too, man, on all the success thus far. I checked out the clothing line, to be honest, man. That's somebody that, always tell folks, I used to have a clothing line myself. That was back in my young days, young Rillo, when I was trying to do a little something. It was called Rich Rumors. And Rich Rumors, man, we were sold out in Soho, New York. You know what I mean? It was a cool little time. You know what I mean? We had our thing going, but it was just like young and dumb. You know what I mean? I think we want to dig into okay, you can make a cool design, right? You can do all these things, and folks will actually like the design and buy the clothes. But I guess it's like, how the hell you keep it going? How long you been in business now? Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on, y'all. Pause for a second.
Might got like a little freeze.
We got a little freeze. But yeah, is he
It might have booted him off a little bit.
Booted him off. It's all good. If you're out there right now, thanks for tuning in to the Black Lunch Break. This is episode 16. We got our man 16 in the house, man. We got our man Amir Usher on here with a Amir James clothing line. Brother is based in Atlanta right now, Tuskegee grad, HBCU. He's back on the line now. He's back on with us. Amir, I don't know if you caught the question. Oh, it's all good. I don't know if you caught the question, man, but for folks out there, man, that putting together designs, you could probably, and understanding that the fact that it's not just putting together the designs, right? There's a lot of business behind it in terms of how do you make sure that you sustain yourself over time. How have you been able to sustain yourself with Amir James? And has it always been Amir James? Was there anything before? You know what I'm saying? Do you have anything that has fit? You know what I'm saying? Like, get into it a little bit about where you've been in your journey into the fashion industry.
Um, just to speak to your first point, man, the business, that's probably the most important part of it, bro. Like, if you ain't got that business in order, it's going to be hard to proceed any further. You know what I mean? If that business not right, it's going to be hard to proceed any further, man. That's probably one of the most important things in it. We started about 8 years ago, 2012, January 15th to be exact. And when you running a business, man.
Amir, go drink something warm. Nah, damn it. Don't
Yeah,
cough no more.
trying to make sure I
Shit,
got it
boy.
together over here.
Making my nerve
Man,
bad. I damn near put my mask on like shit, Amir. What the heck?
Hey,
man,
where's my mask?
yo, I'm over here tripping. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Let us know about how y'all started off though. You said it was in January.
yeah, my bad. So we started January 15, 2012 at on Tuskegee University, man. When you mentioned the HBCU, I went to Tuskegee. But we started there in 12. Eventually, we moved to Florida, the business to Florida, Panama City Beach. Did that for about 5 years, and we came to Atlanta. Atlanta is when we started to see the growth within the business, though. So to think that it's going to take off overnight is it's not realistic. You know what I mean? We put in a lot of time, a lot of losses, a lot of paper, a lot of long nights. Really until about 2016 did we start seeing it becoming consistent to where we start taking it more seriously. And then, you just expanding the brand at that point. You're trying to figure out which route you want to take. What is your brand? And that's something that comes in time. That's not an initial thing. Because what I thought it was in 12 and what it is now is two totally different things.
What was that in 12? Like leading up to it, right when y'all first started out. What was the vision for the brand?
The vision for the brand was it was sort of generic. Wanted to start a clothing line, and eventually, of course, you wanted it in Neiman's or you wanted it in Macy's, and you wanted the world to see it. And along the way, I think I just came to a point where it's like you got two options. You can make something for everybody, or you can make something that you love for you. And if everybody rock with it, then so be it. Or if not, then you got your niche market. So I think it's like if you was a rapper, if you was an artist, it's like making music for you. And the people that appreciate it, you got a cult following. If the world grasps onto that cult following, then it's gonna be what it is.
I think you make an excellent point right there, Amir. That actually lines up a lot in a lot of ways with the music that we chose very specifically for you today, with Big Crit, Hometown Hero, and the fact that he kind of has really found his own lane, and he has like the people that listen to Crit like love Crit. I'm one of those people, and I see that Crit is actually one of the ones that you have rocking your gear now. So to go from where you were in 2012 to now receiving and tell us about some of the artists that that have kind of recognized some of the things you're rocking or that you're creating. What's that like? What is it like to have acknowledgement from people maybe you grew up listening to or admiring, shouting you out and recognizing the hard work that you and your company is doing?
Well, for Crit, man, it's a different kind of feeling. It's almost like somebody that you've seen, somebody you almost grew up with. Well, we did grow up together, but transition into what they have become. You know what I mean? Incredible artists. And to have my product, we from the same place. For us to be in the same realm doing the same thing. He wore one of my jackets in his video. Um, uh, the one with Tip. What is it called? Off the double disc, first sheet. I forget the name of the song, but it's an incredible and it's like, damn, you looking at it from start to finish. Not that it's over, but it's like you seeing somebody that you know in real life transcending and doing what they need to do. So for him to show me that love was ridiculous, bro. That was ridiculous for me. In terms of other people that's wanted, um, I mean, we got a few people in it. I think for the most part, what matters to me most is if it's genuine love. You know how you with a brand, you can give an artist or you can give people stuff, and it's like they could give you that alley. You know what I mean? They could give you that, but I want them to actually like the product. I want them to appreciate what I got going on. I want them to see the movement and say, "Damn, I fuck with that boy.
That's
Like I see what he's trying to do." You know what I mean?
yeah, that's
So
real.
Well, yeah, I
That's
feel it.
real. Yeah, bro.
yeah, because
It makes sense because like sometimes though, even before like that's funny how you say that because I think we felt like about Black with No Chaser the same kind of way, to be honest. It's like I didn't really tell a lot of people until about maybe a year and a half in. I was even behind Black with No Chaser. I think a lot of us kind of felt very similar. We wanted folks to fall in love with the actual brand, with the content, with the fact that we dope, right? And then when somebody find out you behind it, it's like, oh, that's you. You be like, yeah, that's me. And it's like, then the love is actually even another is different because they felt that before they even knew that it was you. And then so now like the connection is even deeper because now it's like, oh, not only is it dope, but the homie from back at the crib, he that's his brand or that's her brand or whatever the case may be. And it's like that love is definitely different, bro. I feel that. I feel that.
yeah, it hits a little different because it's more of an appreciation for what you got going on. When you give people free stuff, sometimes they tend to treat it like free stuff. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's like the people who have purchased or the people who continue to purchase, it's like, damn, when I see it come through, I'm like, man, that's real love, right? You know what I mean? You ain't got to do that. So and even the people that's not famous, bro, they ride just as hard, if not harder than, your celebrities, your local celebrities. So I
That's
just appreciate love in all forms.
that's dope. I mean, you really seem to have something going with your brand. Like Cirillo said, like I've been following your clothes for a while. I think that they're really dope, but I also see a value in the message that y'all are delivering with what you're saying, what you're saying, about being yourself and about being God's. Can you talk to us a little bit about what inspired that messaging, what inspired that design, and what you're trying to convey to the people with that?
Man, I was talking to my homie Dennis maybe a month or so ago, and it's like when you tell people to be yourself, that's something that you hear your whole life. It's almost cliche, but how many people really do it? You know what I mean? Like how many people are actually themselves, are comfortable with themselves, like blocked out a little bit of time out of your life and said, damn, let me just figure out what I like, what I don't like, who I am, whatever. And to be yourself is just to provoke that thought process. You know what I mean? It's sort of like a reiteration, like, damn, is this me? Is this who I am? Or is this who, the world has told me to be? Um, so for me, it's really for me. Like I'm talking to myself. Most things I say, it's relatable to people, but I'm really just talking to myself. If I tell somebody to keep going, that might just be for me because, it may be a low day or whatever. But the be yourself is, I really just want to ingrain in people or just provoke the thought that it's okay. And it's okay for you to not know who you are, but don't not take the time to figure it out. So when you say like the message with the clothing, it's sort of like God's. It's like the shit look cool, but do you understand what it means? Do you understand what that says? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. So let
yeah,
me
so,
ask you this. What is the purpose of using lowercase letters?
great question. Um, there's one God, the lowercase is for everybody else. We're children of God. We're made in God's image. Um, so the lowercase is just to um, differentiate the two. You got one big one and the rest is lowercase.
Okay, I understand that aspect. And the second question that I have for you is, what do you have a color scheme? Is it specifically for men? Because I'm definitely interested. I want to wear some of that because I know I'm a guy, so I need my shirt. So what's your color scheme and who are you aiming at? Are you aiming towards the male, female, or the unisex?
I will, of course, we started out, menswear line, but now we're seeing that it's a demand for, kids, women. So we're trying to figure out how to implement the two, because once you start it, you can't just start it, do it once and not do it again. So we want to
Right.
make sure we're consistent on those fronts the same way we're consistent with the men's. But in terms of color schemes, it's really just about how I'm feeling within the design process. Like I love a black on black. I feel like that's a classic look.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean?
That triple
um,
black, boy. That triple black never fail. That black on black never fail, boy.
Right.
Never.
Never fails. So since you started in 2012, since you started in 2012, as the years have passed by, have you stuck with a particular thing that you want to stick with, or are you following along with the trends that's going on within the world?
nah. I think that's one thing that I encourage people around me to keep me tight about, and that I take upon myself. Like I don't really want to go with the trends and the fads, and I just want to do. I want to do. I've made it to the point where I want to do what I want to do, and if the
That's the
world
goal.
is cool, then they'll adapt to that. But
Right.
yeah, I want to keep it as classic and as
That's
mere
right.
as possible.
I got a follow up though, man. We you touched on the design process a little bit, and as somebody that is into design big time, man, I'm like big into fashion, where I like literally appreciate what goes into an actual design article of clothing before it hits the market. And so like without for folks out there that have never really gotten to the design process, like take us through a little bit about exactly what do you do when you say, hey, look, man, my next line is coming out. What things you looking to for inspiration? Some of it may be internal, external. What does it look like as like the first sketch to the actual like finalized product? Like walk us through that a little bit of that process. You ain't got to give us all the tea. You know what I mean? Because some of that may be a proprietary information, and we don't want to give everybody the play, but give us a little juice.
Yeah, nah, no problem. A lot of the same way with the gods. A lot of my stuff comes from conversations, like just speaking with people around me. It might be a total stranger. We just having a conversation about something, and they may pull something out of me, or they may give me a jewel that I need. You know what I mean? Um, a lot of mine comes from other people. My inspiration. I consider myself. I'm an extrovert, but I could be alone in the same breath. So I could get lost in the house for a week. You know what I mean? And just be chilling. So sometimes I got to step outside of my box. My brother Jamal, man, we may pass designs all day long. We may text all day long, different designs. Just looking back on, you might say 90s or 80s fashion. Like, man, what was constantly getting ideas from people that I talk to on a daily basis. And if nothing else, I try to go in my closet and just say, damn, okay, I purchased this from this company because it had what? I like this about this crew neck that I bought 4 years ago. You know what I mean? And it's too old to wear. How can I implement that into Amir James? So it's like a collective effort. And for real, just sitting down listening to music, man. You just tap in. You may get a vision of something that you like. You write it down, sketch it, this, that, and the third. You go back to what you were doing. But it's sort of like those, you spark. They don't come often. So when you do get it, you got to tap into it, and you can't allow anything or anybody to break that. Because if you do that, you're back to square zero.
Yo, Amir, so what you listening to right now?
Man, I just had to put Victory Lap on, man. I had to go back to Victory Lap, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's
What
that's
about
something.
Victory Lap really speaks to you?
Man, it's just nip, bro. It's really it's like at this point, everything you doing to me should be authentic. Like every move that you make should be authentic. And when I think about rap, it's only a few people that embody that. Like that really, you see them, you automatically know. I don't know what they do, but they authentic. And that's all I really want to hear. If you're not authentic as an artist, I can't do nothing with it.
That's real. That's real. Because when I'm listening to music, I feel like I'm in a classroom. Like I'm at attention. Like talk to me better. So I feel that. That's inspiration. You do need an authentic type of artist that you're listening to, especially when you're in the creation field. For sure.
Yeah, you gonna. I can't get anything from the conversation. It's like I don't know. So if I'm listening to something, I definitely need to do it when I'm tapped in.
I have a question about like as far as designing goes, where if you're are telling young designers where to get like this like their manufacturing from, like what kind of route can they find somebody to make their clothes and be like, because all designers don't want to just order some crap from China, you know what I'm saying? Order a whole bunch of stuff from China and just put their name on it. Because how do you go about getting your name on the tag in the back? Because a lot of guys, and how much should an artist or a designer be prepared to spend, like as an initial investment for their startup?
Um, just from experience, I would tell any designer or anybody with a line coming up, just really set aside and allocate money for certain things. After you get your paperwork straight, after you got your corporation, got your wholesale license, you got all this taken care of. Okay, figure out. If you know you're starting off with t-shirts, just order. Don't do like us. Don't order 30, 40 t-shirts because you're so sure how they look online. Order you a couple t-shirts from different places and just figure out what's the best quality for you. But in terms of like the tags and stuff like that, I think that's necessary for anybody. Put your name, staple your pieces, put your name on your pieces. And you can find that. You can Google, tag manufacturers. It's a Google away. But damn, what was the first part of your question? It was something that I know I wanted to answer that I didn't tap into.
I think I started with an artist trying to find the wholesale. That's where I started at.
Manufacturing. That's what I was going to say. We started off just going to different spots, 12 pieces here, 24 there. But at a certain point, it just got to the situation of, okay, you need to get your own equipment. You need to get your own stuff. We just got tired of waiting. We got tired of minimums and, you can only do this much for this much. You could buy your own equipment after probably 3 or 4 runs, depending on what you're doing. So just invest. I would just say invest in your own. Because when you need stuff done, you need it done on your timeline, and your priority ain't everybody else's. So that's what really pushed us into getting everything we needed to run a business. 100. That's what I would tell anybody else, man.
Real talk, because like I've been making these masks on the sewing machine, bro. I swear to God, I'm this close to making a t-shirt. I'm just I'm like, forget it. I'm making Dickie suits and t-shirts all 20.
Cody, you accidentally muted, I think.
Went out.
You muted.
No, time I stopped talking, I mute. I don't know.
Oh, shoot.
I'm like,
Damn, what happened?
Cody like, man, respect the game, man. I ain't trying to stay on it too long,
He
man. I'm
said,
out,
you ain't
man.
gonna catch me slipping.
when I get off, I mute this
Thanks. Shit, I'm like, damn, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, but yeah, man, I think you dropped a real gem right there with regard to just when you can do it for yourself, begin to do it for yourself from a financial standpoint, cutting out the middleman because they gonna bust
They gonna bust your
over the
head.
head anyway, and really just being able to do it on your timeline and having autonomy and how you do that. I wanted to kind of go into a little bit about Tuskegee. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I want to know about your experience there, how that shaped your mindset as an entrepreneur, how you wound up in Tuskegee, and just kind of take us back through the college experience. We want to go to the yard, which
Oh man, look. So I initially was supposed to go to Southern Baton Rouge. I went on a college visit with my parents, and I was supposed to go there for architecture. And something ended up happening with their program, or was about to happen, or something. And my mom just hit me like, "Yo, we're gonna go to Tuskegee on a visit." I'm like, "Man, what is Tuskegee?" So went to a high school visit. Now, Pete, I'm asleep the entire ride, so I wake up when we pulling up to the school. So we go in there.
Oh,
This,
so
that,
you ain't see the one road you came in on. You didn't see
and
that.
I ain't seen none of that. So we did the high school visit or whatever, and my mom ended up signing me up for this summer program like before freshman year, and she didn't tell me until I got selected for it. So I just woke up one day and she was like, "Oh yeah, you're going to Tuskegee for the summer." So uh, that's how I ended up at Tuskegee. But I would say
for your
Tuskegee
mom.
was probably, you feel me?
Yeah, and real quick though, man. What year did you enter Tuskegee? Because I know a bunch of Tuskegee folks. I feel like, man, my little cousin graduated Tuskegee. My homeboy Greg Guap, man, who got We That Chicken and Shrimp in New Orleans, man. He went to Tuskegee. Yeah, G-Tail. I got Matt Mayberry, man, drummer for Lil Wayne. Yeah, the drummer. You know what I'm saying? He went to Tuskegee. Yeah, so it's like, the Ski fan, bro, is in. I'm pretty sure if I think back a little bit more though, man, I can think about some more folks that
Chokwe went to
I mean,
Tuskegee.
Shokwe went to Tuskegee, man. So it's like a
Yeah.
long, a
Oh,
long.
And look, we
went
naming
to
all these folks. We gotta make sure that we pay the bills right quick. So let's throw it to commercial, and then we'll be right back with Amir James.
All right.
Yep. Hey, y'all, look, y'all stay on the line right here. We're going to commercial break. Got a mid-James in the line. We talking fashion design. We talking mental health Monday. We talking about black shit. Y'all holler. Be back.
We still running a
Okay. We back in the building. We back in the building. Welcome back to the Black Lunch Break. Willow, pick it up. Pick it up. You on mute.
Yeah, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Rillo, man. We back at it. We got to pay a little, few bills for a second, man. But we in the building right now with the Black Lunch Break crew, episode 16. If you're tuning in right now, make sure you're sharing this with your networks. We got Amir Usher on the line here with Amir James clothing brand, and we're talking fashion right now. We're talking Tuskegee. We're talking more and more in-depth detail about what it takes to make it in this industry. So what's good, y'all? We jumping right back into it.
Yeah, but yeah, Chokeway, GTL, I know all them boys. I came in '03. I came in summer '03. So I was there from '03 to '08, and then I went to grad school. That's I was there till 10. And but
What you
Tuskegee,
what you get your grad school degree in? This is interested.
I got my grad in material science engineering.
Oh, where? So what is material? Come on, for folks out there that don't know, engineering can be a lot of things. You got civil engineers, you got mechanical engineers. This is my first time hearing material science engineer. So what is that?
School us.
Yeah, I mean, so the bachelor's was in mechanical, but material science is like it's like a specific version of it. You know, it's like polyurethane foam, what you use to make couches, hockey sticks. It's just breaking down whatever material you got and, increasing the tensile strength or make it do anything.
Oh wow, that's sounds interesting as well. Like, does that factor into your clothing design and things like that? How you clothes?
I always tell people, man, engineering is really just like a thought process, just looking at something and taking it from 0 to 100 and breaking it down and saying, damn, how does this work? How does this piece intertwine with that? Just making it make sense. So I try to just bring that over to the brand in whatever way I can without overthinking it. But I tend to overthink it more times than not. So
Bro, you know you live on the Black Lunch Break when you hear some microwaves in the background and this motherfucker.
Bro, folk
Time to
gotta eat,
yo.
bitch. Folk gotta eat, bitch.
You
Look,
can
come
turn
on,
your
man.
video camera on, see, cause shit.
That's a real.
Hey, bro, you already know, man. It's always gonna be some cooking going on up in here, man. So yeah, it is my end, man. I apologize.
I knew that was your damn.
I made some yakameen the other day, man. Yesterday, and that's a real New Orleans dish right there. I had made some yakameen, so we warming up some noodles and everything, man.
Is that meal with the greens and the steak and the rice?
Well, you could do it right now. I'm about to whip up some shrimp yakameen, but you could do chicken, you could do beef, you could do shrimp, you could do vegetarian where it just got the actual egg and the little like green scallions, whatever. I don't want to steal a mid show, man. I'm just talking right now about.
Time I had some yaki, bro. The girl got a scoop of fucking potato salad and threw in the bowl, and I was just like,
"Oh, fam,
no." So I will say though, for real though, if you
she was from New Orleans though, and she
no.
put that shit in there like.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. I've never seen anybody do that. But in terms of gumbo though, people throw potato salad like in gumbo all the time. Like yeah, definitely potato salad. My mama, the first one that throws in that potato salad and gumbo, she'll bop right there on top. Like you be like, what that is, man? That's that salad. That's that tater salad right there, boy.
Real quick. So jumping back in with Amir, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got a little. We're gonna put the recipe on the motherfucking on the website. But jumping back in with Amir, so the manufacturing engineering,
material science,
right? How does that fit at all into what you're doing with designing clothes at all? Or
nah, I mean, not so much. I mean, to me, the quality of your material is probably one of the most important things about product. You know what I mean? Like,
say it again one time. Say it again one time. The what is most important? Say it again. Hold on. I just want you to say it one more time while we live.
Right now.
It's just what's the most important thing again though? Just say it one more time.
The quality of your material.
Thank you, brother. Well, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things you can't play with that. So
Yeah.
from that aspect, yeah, but nothing more than that.
I got a question on the quality side, because I'm really big. We have and TY on here. I have really big. I'm like a stickler for quality, right? I'm talking about like I'm gung ho quality. I wanna
Yeah.
feel the material. I wanna live with it. I wanna wash it a few times. I wanna rough it up. I wanna throw something on it. I wanna hit a little
This
adorn for
nigga
stamp.
want to be dreaming about the material in his sleep.
Bro. But my thing is though is that once it's going through that testing, then like at the end of the day, it's like, yo, we know we got a good product. If you this goes back to what you said in the very beginning, right? If we feel that good about it, right, internally about our product, and we don't care, we can go to our people and go, it don't matter if you know I did this or not. If I just show you the clothing, you're gonna be hype about it. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna see the colors. You're gonna, you know what I'm saying? So all that really goes into account on the quality of control of a brand. I feel like it's the first thing people see when you jump on. When I open my package up, when I pick that hoodie up out of there, I'm gonna feel that weight. I'm gonna see the actual, like, you're gonna feel it. And so it's like,
Cirillo, like, do y'all got silk bags?
Nipsey though, right? Nipsey talked about the fact that, like, man, Nipsey put out an album, sold the album for $100 a copy, right? And sold 1,000 copies. My thing is like this. Nipsey said, I got an intrinsic value that comes along with my brand. And if you feel like my album isn't worth $100, then you ain't gotta buy it, right? But Jay-Z ended up buying 1,000 copies or something like that. Regardless of whether or not who bought it, who didn't buy it, somebody felt like this brother was worth $100 a copy. And so, like, to me, once you set your standard, like, this is where I'm at in terms of quality control, my brand, then shit, bro. Somebody can't just step on your product. I'm selling at $20, right? And so for
Blue
me, it's like you
Magic.
got to set that.
Blue Magic, man. You stand by it. You get
Stand by your brand, man.
I think when you as a business owner, period, in any aspect, when you start playing with that pricing, that's important because some stuff I had to go back and forth with my cousin Marcus, man. I'm like, damn, bro, should I make this price or that price? And he told me, he just like, bro, understand what you put into your product, understand what your product is, and then you set the value of it based on that because lo and behold, bro, a lot of people respect price. If Nip would have came out the door and said, I'm selling it for $10, they treated it like a $10, situation. When you when you buy a Gucci shirt or you buy a Louis Vuitton shirt, I don't care how old it is, you ain't gonna be mowing the grass in it because of what you paid for that product. You just gonna treat it a certain way. So if you undercut yourself, you may find somebody mowing the grass in your stuff. You know what I mean? You may find
By
somebody.
the time I drop my album, they've been waiting about 15 years. They're gonna have to use cryptocurrency or like gold bullion, goddamn.
No, but
Just
that's real though, man. Like, people understand that though, bro. That's why a lot of times, man, you don't see these high end fashion brands have sales. They don't have sales because once you go on sale, now I'm telling you that, hey, look, in reality, my brand is really, this is what you can pay for. So I'm gonna step on my own brand to get your sale. With these high end brands, the brands that really have sales, is like, look, bro, I don't give a damn how old it is. It's so dope that no matter, it's timeless. You can buy a Fendi wallet case, and that Fendi wallet case is gonna still hold its intrinsic value, whatever that means, right? Well, in terms of when you buy in high end. And so, like, I think anybody listening out there, I think you bring up a good point, is that once you set your price, you know exactly what you put into that, from the actual design element to it, the fact that you maybe went out there and took time, met with designers, designed your own typeface. We didn't even get into the fact that that G right there is crazy on your shirt, right? I actually want to know the inspiration around like the actual G itself, because I'm just
create
recently,
your own
man,
font.
just thinking about typeface and being more distinctive in the market, man. Like, tell folks a little bit about the fact that what goes into creating that your own typeface, and what was the actual like inspiration behind the G itself.
I mean that goes with everything else, man. It's about, to me, it's like when you see something, it should give you a feeling. It should evoke something out of you. You know what I mean? You know how when you see a dope pair of sneakers, you like, I don't care what they cost, I'm getting, like, I want those. Period. It's the same way with seeing that typeface or creating your typeface. It's like, okay, this is what fits the brand. It's like, does this make sense when you see that? Does that correlate with the words? Like, does it have that impact? You know what I mean? Even the curvature in the letter, I don't know. I sort of think of it like every little thing matters. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
The placement of it, the colors you use. The colors you use on certain designs impact when people see it. You know what I mean? You know how they say red turn heads, yellow brings about a bright nature, this, that, and the third. Like those things matter when you're designing or whenever you're in that process. And like I said, a lot of stuff, I'm just bouncing it off people, man. Me and my brother got this thing. So in my opinion, I feel like Nas is the freshest dude in the game. Like it's a lot of people that got whatever they got going on, but Nas is like fresh. You feel me?
Shout
So
out
we
to
got
Nas.
this thing where if I send something over, I'm like, is it dope? He's like, yeah. I'm like, but is it Nas fresh dope? Like, does it work? You know what I'm saying? So bouncing those type of ideas off of different people, man. And I know they're gonna keep it funky with me. It keeps me in pocket.
That's what's up. Nas got some Meridian connections too, from my understanding. Mississippi and yeah, my aunt is
That's where his dad is from.
Natchez, I think.
Oh,
Natchez.
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 But but
Natchez.
but but no, but he has Meridian connections too, because my aunt lives in Meridian. She's from Meridian, and I think Nas's aunt lives in Meridian as well. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's wild that you use Nas as an example because there's still a Mississippi connection there. Uh, damn, I had a. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to ask you about, bro. So you see a lot of collaborations taking place with different companies and things like a Kith or an Off White or like Off White with the Fear God Nikes. I think it was. I think that was Virgil Abloh. Um, have you ever considered doing like collaborations with other companies and things like that to bring together like a fusion type of design that is inspired by the coming together of the two brands?
Oh, for sure, for sure. Well, I actually just came off one. I did a collab. I did a 3-part collab with my guy Nick. He had the Soul Dye brand. If you saw like it was like a tie-dye version. We call it Soul Dye. But
Okay.
so that
I
we
saw the
just
tie
did
dye
that.
shirt.
Yeah. So he contributed the Soul Dye portion of it. That's his brand.
Okay.
The For sure. But I think with that collabing, man, it's important to make sure you know who you're collabing with. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like to make sure you keep your brand in pocket.
The
So
integrity has got to be there. Gotta
yeah,
maintain your
yeah.
integrity for sure. It was dope. The one that I saw that was sold dyed. It definitely was a dope
I
shirt. Like
appreciate
it's
that.
I think it's on your like if folks go to your IG, they'll be able to see it it's probably like in the top 3 or 4
Yeah,
pictures on their page right now.
yeah. That's one of the dopest pieces I think, in my opinion. But yeah, that was a dope collab, man. That was a
Yeah,
dope
bro.
collab. I really
That
like that one.
that hoodie dope, bro. I might have get up with y'all offline, man. I might put in a special order, man. You know what I mean? I
I
got to get my
appreciate
own. Yo, I love a good tie dye though, bro. You know, it's funny that like people always say like when a designer should or should not put out a hoodie, man. It's always hoodie season. Everybody's always looking for because like
that. Yes, bro.
people always looking for hoodies, man. I think that like people think that that yo man, if it's summer, like we shouldn't put out a hoodie, or it's winter, or it's like whatever. Like no, like yo, people wear hoodies inside
Those
just because they
people
want to
must
be
not go
comfy.
to the grocery store because the grocery store is cold as shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you inside, you like your crib cold. Maybe I just want my little comfy, like thick, feel good, like a hoodie on. You know what I'm saying? And so like oversized hoodie or whatever it is for you. And so yeah, man, like like when I see good designs though, man, it's crazy, man. It definitely does do something to your person. If you feel if you into design like that. And so like when I put up your brand, I was like, oh okay, like I fucks with this. This is actually a dope brand, and I didn't even meet you, right? And then like I think that goes into like really taking it full circle is that when I saw the brand before I met you, I was like, yeah, this is dope. And now I'm meeting you. I'm meeting the brother, you know what I'm saying, virtually right now in person, quote unquote. And now I'm actually falling in love with the brand even more, which is important, right? Because it's like that's that authenticity behind, like, okay, you see the intentionality behind the brand, and then you meet the person, you go, okay, that makes sense. And now I'm actually liking the brand even more, right? And so that's a key component to, I feel like, what you really were talking about earlier, just like how do you make sure everything comes full circle, from the typeface to the design to the colors you pick to the like the vision, the passion behind the brand, all that ties into, like, when you get the product, you see that, you feel that, you know what I'm saying, firsthand. So I appreciate that.
Thank you, bro. That's love. I appreciate that.
Oh, shit. At this point, I just want to talk a little shit, man. I mean, I want to talk about the journey. You know what I mean? Like, not even like on some like super deep shit, but just on some like, where has this like clothing experience taken you, man? Like, how crazy has it been from 2012 to now? Like, because I can imagine like you done seen some shit. Just into this man.
I would say the first, in all honesty, man, the first 4 years, it was like, damn, okay, we got a T-shirt line. You got to pump this. We got to make sure we get it out. Not even really understanding what we were doing, understanding the direction. So it was a little all over the place, in my opinion. And looking back on it, but I think um, as we move further along, of course you're gonna go through your highs and lows. But when you start understanding when we started to understand what we were doing and really just focus in and say, okay, let's just master the small scale and then scale it up instead of trying to, this, that, and the third, like understand what you're doing, master that piece. And I'd say in 2017, man, what it is, 20. So 2017, it was like, man, we feeling a rush. We in Atlanta, we moving, we meeting a couple people. You getting your product on people supporting you. You starting to see it in places and people don't know who you are. So it's like, damn, that's dope. You know what I mean? But then Tip reposted us for when they had that whole situation with Gucci. And we were one of the brands that Tip reposted. And at that point, bro, it just went, you know, it was ridiculous. I'll say it. It was literally.
Hey, I do have a question, Amir. You seem like a little fancy, even though the clothes, the look is simple, but you a buckhead. You know what I'm talking about? Talking to Nas about the situation and shit. I noticed that you got Clothier at the end of the name. How fancy is that? What made you say I'm not putting clothing line? I'm not putting clothing. I'm not putting gear. I'm not putting swag. Nothing. I'm gonna go be a Clothier. What made you? What made that decision? Was that your boy?
Nah, you know what? That was in the beginning. When you starting something, you're trying to come up with the proper name. Like you're like, damn, what am I gonna call this? Like we went through a million names, like corny, cool, just whatever type names, and we settled on Amir James because it was like, it's like, okay, this is who you are. Damn, this is you. This is, and then the Clothiers was just something like a spin on it instead of putting clothing or this, that, and the third. Just a little touch to it.
You had to make it a mirror fancy.
Hey, that shit got a little pizzazz to it though. You know what I'm saying? That shit fancy though. I'm like,
That's a God touch.
ladies and gentlemen, we got to close the year in this motherfucker today. We got
We
to
use some
close the year
African color print.
To
on
me,
the
to me
motherfucking
though,
lunch break.
to me though, man, I definitely see it as a that's one of those little soft touch points though, right there, man. That kind of distinguish yourself in the market, especially when you're looking at clothing lines, man. Usually clothing lines say they're a clothing brand or they're a jean company or they're whatever, you know what I mean? But a clothier to me is almost somebody that can actually branch out, even doing more formal wear. So like in the future, it actually allows the business to scale without even have to really think about how we're going to scale. You know what I mean? It just actually provides that window opportunity. Now, whether or not Amir James takes it there, that's not really the question. It's like, well, when we get there, when that time comes, we know the door is already open because the brand has already established itself as like a brand with the name in the name, right? So really what we're saying is the name is important, people. If your name ain't right sometimes, dog, your vision gonna be wrong probably. And so get the name right first and
Yeah,
foremost.
for sure.
The name, because the name is the first thing people hear, and if it don't hit them, it's like what? Like if you hear a rapper name and it's kind of weak, you like you're not even gonna take the music serious until you actually sit down and listen to it. So the name is important.
Yo, Amir, do you remember your first design? Like, what was your first shirt that you ever made?
Yeah, man. I won't throw it away. It's tucked in the garage. Every time I go through the boxes, if I move, I see it, and I'm like, do I need to throw this away? So I end up keeping it. But it was Amir James. The first piece that ever dropped was a beanie, but the first T-shirt that dropped was it's like a script to Amir James, and it had Clothiers group under it. But I mean, if you seen the ones that we didn't drop before that, it's like hearing your old music, you like, dang.
You can't never throw that away though, bro. You gotta keep that
Yeah,
shit. Like that's you know what I mean? Like you gotta be looking at it like, man, one day this gonna be in a museum somewhere, you know what I mean? Like just the beginning
yeah. I
of the journey.
sometimes find people that send me pictures when they wearing like the initial stuff, and I cringe a little bit. It's like, but it's still cool though.
Yeah, I bet it's like listening to your old. I can imagine because I look back at some of our beginning stuff, like from just a couple years ago to now, like where Black with No Chaser was then to where it is now, and like your first shit is always the prototype. You know what I mean? It's always you know what I mean. Like it's never gonna be what it's gonna be when you know what I mean. You get a little sense about you, get a little experience with the shit. You know, it's gonna always be kind of fun, a funny version of the same thing, but you can kind of see the promise in it. You know what I mean? That's what that shit is like to
Yeah,
me. It's
yeah.
like
You on the head, I promise.
yeah, like if you had it, like if you had that take that same original shirt that you had at the beginning of the day, and I'm sure approach it again with the experience that you have now and the resources that you have now, and say, okay, we're gonna do the OG shirt all over again, but with what I know now. I'm sure it would you be proud of whatever you came out with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I go back and forth with that though, because I always think about doing it. Like it's old stuff that I never dropped or that I dropped and I think didn't do as well as it should have. I'm like, okay, I know what I'm supposed to do with it now. But it's like, damn, is it dated? Should I? It's that self doubt that's in you. Like,
But you own it now, man. You own it now. I feel like you got it to where if once you brand something with your name, it's just like and it catch on. If you put it out there and be like, this is a mirror, you know what I'm saying? I think that people are wanting more just because it's from your heart. You know what I'm saying?
and you know what? That's a great perspective to hear it from, because from my perspective, I look at it like, damn, that's your name on it. Is it dope enough? You see what I'm saying? So to hear you say that is better than my thought process, because you always hard on yourself.
I think that's an important point that you all are bringing home though. Like it's like even with success, there are times where there is self doubt. Like that's a real thing. It's like even and the more success you get, a lot of times, even when you are confident in what you have the ability to do, you still sometimes can have to take a step back and be like, um, it's like you said, you have to ask for what you're worth. You know what I mean? What you know you're worth, you kind of have to demand what you're worth. There will be times where I know we will waver back and forth about things like, should we do this way? Should we do this way? And that's like an authentic part of the journey though. Like how often do you in the process do you have to go back and forth on things?
Man, listen, I will create something and I mean be super dope, super excited about it. I'm sending it to Knowledge. I may send it to Hari, that's my brother and my homie. And I wake up the next day and I'm like, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. And I may sit on it for 2 or 3 months, and then my Kahari will come over and he like, yo, drop it. Like, no, just drop it right now, bro. Like, stop playing and drop it. So I need that kick to sometimes get out of my way. Like, it's okay, man. Everything ain't gonna be as perfect as you would like it to be. Just
That's
put it
what's
out.
up. That's what's up. Shout out to Kahari. One of our watchers, one in the audience said, "Oh, I know his brother Kahari." That's what one of our audience members said a little while ago. So shout out to the rest of the squad that is motivated and giving Amir the kick in the ass that he needs on some of these dope ass designs to go ahead and put them out there to the
Necessary.
world so y'all can go pick them up. We coming up on 1 o'clock on the hour, so Willow.
Yeah, no, I was gonna read a couple of comments
Yeah, let's
in the
interact with
section,
you.
man. Somebody said, "Ooh, that looks sexy." Talking about one of the designs. Somebody else said, "How much it costs?" I was like, "Well, go to the website." You ain't got to worry about how much it costs. That's the problem, man. Everybody like I think that like how much it costs is a valid question. But I think that like to me, I think the step before that is what went into it to make it want to the cost. Like you know what I'm saying? Because it's like if I know that if I didn't travel to X whatever country or I didn't travel to X part of the United States, or I didn't take the time out to be intentional about my brand from the selection of this to the font to this to that, and understanding how much time that takes in between and how we got to how we derived at that price. It was like, look, y'all, like if you buying a $40 hoodie, you probably couldn't grass it. You know what I'm saying? Or you buying a $30 hoodie, you couldn't grass in that thing. You at Aeropostale, you like, yo, but that ain't nothing you about to wear no kickback. You ain't about to go nowhere and that be like, yo, bro, I'm lit. Like you ain't about to put that on with your J's or with your Pradas or with your Louis or whatever you about to rock that day in terms of your footwear. And so like to me, it's like we gotta. I think like when people say the price, I'm like, look, man, sometimes like don't get too bogged down in the price, man. Get involved in the journey that made that price come to be though. And I think that if you start digging more behind the brand, you'll find out more exactly why it is that is what it is. As a matter of fact, if you never purchased actually a hoodie or any piece of clothing that's more like on the high end side, once you buy one of them hoodies, I promise you ain't going back to no $30 hoodie. You just not going back. I promise you. Like there's not going to be a hoodie that you're going to be able to buy that you're going to feel like, yo, like that feels like the other hoodie I just bought. You know what I'm saying? And so then you're going to start looking at brands differently. So once you step to the
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, jump in, man. I think I'm real
Now,
that.
I was just gonna say, I feel like with anything, if people take the time to appreciate the process, once you see the product, you'll have a ridiculous amount of appreciation for it. If you understand what it took to create something, if people understood what it took for you all to run your radio, there would be a greater appreciation for it. So when I hear people say how much does it cost, um, like I understand it, but people gonna spend their money on something. You know what I mean? You're gonna spend their money on something. You may just not value that at that price. So you may appreciate a $40 hoodie, but like you said, you put on a whatever dollar hoodie, it's gonna be hard to go back.
That's what's up. You got some dope stuff on here for those who have not visited the website yet, y'all. It's Amir James, just like his name. Well, Amir James, AmirJames.com, and you can go and check out the clothes for yourself. You got some real dope stuff. Really clean website if you haven't been to it. Dope Scully's, which is that was the joint I want. Like if you went to FAMU, you gotta have that Scully in your life. Um,
shout out to all the rattlers out there, man. What's
if
out
you
for
went
the
to
rattlers,
fam,
man? You know,
I'm sure your skeeky people give you hell about having the fam color Scully, but
man, ain't
no,
ain't
it's
nothing wrong
dope.
with that. Ain't nothing wrong with showing rattlers love, man. From a rattler to actually to ski gear love, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I feel like we gotta show all love to HBCUs. But you know, one thing we haven't really talked about, man, is like I feel like is outside the clothing line real quick, kind of maybe jumping topics just a quick second is like, man, like have you been following all this like corona? Like, what's your take on this coronavirus, bro? Like how you been dealing with that?
Yeah,
Man, I really just been trying to stay out the way, bro. I mean, we know they lying. Somebody lying about something. We're not getting the whole truth about what's going on, but we know they lying. Yeah, so the best thing you can do is stay out the way, man. Just
hmm
do what you need to do for you and your family. But I mean, we know it's something more than what they're talking about.
Well, that's for sure. I mean, like, we you know, we've been talking about this is like whether or not like black folks should be trusting the government. I mean, I feel like at some point we would want black folks to trust the government, but the government ain't giving us any reason to really trust the government. Really, the issue here, and because you got to think, man. Trump wants to fire Dr. Fauci. This man is one of the leading doctors. You know what I'm saying?
In the
Talk
world.
about pandemic doctors in the world. In the world.
Head of the NIH.
And Trump like, yo, bro, like we need to get rid of him. Like, why are we getting rid of the one of the top ranked doctors in the entire world from actually being out in front of this and making sure that people are receiving the best information possible during this really in times of uncertainty? You don't want to feed the fire, so to speak, by allowing folks for the idea of even more uncertainty to creep into people's, like, you know what I'm saying, like beings, and feel like, damn, I don't know what's going to happen next. And the doctor we're supposed to be actually trusting, Dr. Fauci, he's being fired. So what does that mean? Is he credible? Is he not credible? It's like literally like you don't really know what to really believe right now. But CJ, you about to say something, bro?
Yeah, I was just gonna say really quickly, and it's interesting that all of a sudden Trump is wanting to fire Dr. Fauci right after Dr. Fauci said that shit about the impact that this disease is having on black people and how there needs to be another focus on more focus on healthcare and the impact and neglect of healthcare on black people. It's very interesting that shit has gone viral within the last 3 or 4 days. And immediately after that, the weekend after Easter, is coming out that Trump is considering firing him. I don't think that shit is coincidental by any stretch of the imagination.
Fauci, like in the streets, he putting us on game. And Trump ain't gonna let him put us on game. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. That everybody that's putting us on game, Trump getting rid of. And he just like, hey, don't share my business, okay?
He want to get that motherfucker off the microphone, bro.
Trump. What I read an article, and the headline was Trump wanted to let coronavirus, what was it, sweep through America. Dog, I think I jotted it. But the thing he said, he just wanted the virus to go ahead and
run its course
through America. You know what I'm saying? And I said, that sounds a lot like
genocide,
cleansing.
Yeah.
That sounds a lot like, you know what I'm saying, Hitler-ish. You feel me? So it's really like people always, like when you say something about they trying to kill us, they act like they never read a history book. They act like they never, like they act like the Tuskegee experiment didn't happen. Like, wow, our grandparents are still alive. You know what I'm saying? They act like they act like the French dude didn't just, you know what I'm saying, do a Freudian slip and say we're gonna test it in Africa. And be like, what? You know what I'm saying? He slipped and said the truth, like Donald Trump always does. They slip and they tell the truth. And then we end up sitting here like, that's a conspiracy theory. You're damn right. And this is not fake because they doing it.
Yep. And look though, see the thing is though, people want like A to go to B to go to C, and like it to be to be like super clean. Like what it looks like is when somebody tells you, especially Trump at this point, who we know to be a xenophobe, a racist, a misogynist, right? We know the man that's been known to grab pussies, right? And also is still elected. The man that's also saying he can go in the street, kill somebody, and still get elected to president of the United States. This is the country we live in, right? And so when somebody tells you I'm allowing a virus to sweep the country, knowing that the adverse effect that is hurting, or the disproportionate effect that is hurting black and brown communities, like you said, Cody, that's telling me that you don't give a damn about people of color in this country, especially black folks, right? Right now, we see in Detroit, we talked about this last week, there's been the actual, we can call them the Detroit trials at this point, where they're testing on 3,000 black folks pretty much in the Detroit on a drug that we know that doesn't work for coronavirus. So, yeah, man, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy.
Stay out the way. Just stay out the way.
I tell people all the time, don't get sick.
I mean, yeah, because it's killing us. It's killing us, man. And I think they ain't gonna be in no fucking rush as long as it's killing us, because that's killing people who would vote against him in a lot of ways. So
I'd like to jump in and offer this point of view. So if you have family members that aren't staying out of the way. For instance, my wife and I, we took the boys to get snowballs. So we're going to get the snowballs, man, and we following the protocols where only one adult gets out of the vehicle. That adult that gets out of the vehicle knows to place the order, gloved up, masked up. Once you place your order, you get your ass back in the vehicle. Mm-hmm. Now, our people are congregating. I mean, now you can't be no more than 10, right? And then you got babies getting out of the car to stand in line. You got pregnant women getting out of the car to stand in line because the particular person that's going to place the order don't know how to place their snowball order.
Man, look. Then you got
stay y'all motherfucking ass at home.
Listen, then you got church folks that's mad at folks
because they could have Easter service.
Like, look, man, listen, man.
Dang, Easter ain't got nothing to do with Jesus. I'm about tired of that shit.
The Lord don't protect us. I'm like, well, yeah, he's protecting your ass by giving you the internet. Go online. Go to Easter online and let that baby say an Easter speech.
Man, put your Easter suit on. Put your Easter suit on. Say your speech on Facebook Live.
And cash out your time.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Easter speech challenge. That's all you had to do.
What's wrong with y'all? Man, I mean, it's gone so far that, man, like a pastor down in Greenville, Mississippi, shout out to Eric Simmons, who's the mayor of Greenville, Mississippi. You know, he fined people because they were congregating for church. And I mean, you know, I had no idea if the fines were going to truly be enforced or not. But I think the point was, we don't want y'all doing this. We don't want y'all passing dollars back and forth to each other on the collection plate, because any and everything you do is cross-contamination.
Yes.
And I just saw a story where it go through the bottom of your shoes. If you're not wearing the right shoes, nigga, it could go. Now, we see China out there with fire truck looking trucks shooting out sanitizer in the street, making people leave on the whole street, and we over here like still trying to kill kickbacks.
Yeah. So like, remember I made a joke the last episode. I made a joke about not wanting to run through anybody's cough air, but it turns out that they saying they're running outside. If you run through even somebody's, like, where they were sweating or were coughing, and you like behind them, they call it the trail, like a air.
It's called crop dusting. No,
it's like
Corona trail.
Yeah, like it's like a trail. I mean, like their stream, like that. Just that, like, imagine like a jet stream, but on a human being, like that running into that can get you sick. And so, like, man, this shit ain't nothing to play with. You know,
and then now they saying it's traveling like 15 feet. So when they were just saying 6 feet, they saying that you can cough and they got nanoparticles, that these nanoparticles, you can breathe these in over 15-foot range. So when you around somebody and they just, man, cover your mouth. For
those who don't know, Cody has been tracking the coronavirus for Black with No Chaser since February. So, like,
I had to stop. I had to stop updating because I had to just start sending people the other updates, because the updates is getting. I'm gonna have to make another story about fuck y'all, because this corona is killing us. You know what I'm saying? It's to the point that I don't want to say nothing they saying no more. I'm just like, we need to make a plan. You know what I'm saying?
So it's time. I mean, like, so, you know, basically, y'all stay the fucking home right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool to be faithful. I'm not trying to, intercede or interject against anybody's faith, but it's like right now, man, I think God is telling us what he wants us to know. I mean,
hello.
And what he wants us to know is that where you are safe is at home right now. And
God is putting us inside to save his planet. Its planet. The Mother Earth is sitting us down. We done fixed the ozone layer, the water cleaning itself, the air is cleaning itself, and that's what's happening. And Donald Trump and them don't like that because we're not working.
70,000 turtles came on the beach last week, and like endangered turtles came on the beach and laid their eggs with no problem at all for the first time. And
there wasn't no niggas out there. They just like, the whites and the Negroes have went inside. Yay, let's make a baby.
Keep that in mind. Like, I mean, like, we out here to protect ourselves. So it's time to transition into our next segment.
Yeah, man.
Before we do that, really quickly, Amir, stay on with us, man, just, to hang out. But we want you to make sure to let people know how to find you, how to find your clothing line, pretty much everything. So please let the people know how they can purchase Amir James clothing.
Okay, so the website is amirjames.com, AMIRJAMES.com. And the Instagram is the same thing, Amir James, but it's that Clothiers at the end of it. By the time you put the CLO, it'll probably come up. But even if you go check out the website, even if you don't buy nothing, man, just check out the journey. You know what I mean? Just follow the journey. It's happening in real time. So I appreciate that.
Please pay attention. Please pay attention, y'all.
That's right. And we right at the 15. We got about 15 more minutes, man. So we're gonna get into it. While we do like talking a lot of shit, we also like bring a lot of substance to our people to making sure we stay informed about history, because history is important, so it don't repeat itself. But if it's some good stuff in terms of Black history, we're gonna try and repeat as much as we get. You know what I mean? And so, this is the portion of the show where we get into the Black in the Day portion of our show, sponsored by Black with No Chaser. maybe Amir James one of these days can sponsor one of these segments, man. I'm gonna put it out there to the atmosphere. We ain't gonna pressure the brothers right now. I just want to say, from me and the whole Black Lunch Break crew, man, we appreciate you coming on today, man, and sharing your journey, your knowledge, so we much love, bro, much love. And so, yeah, man, I think, CJ, bro, you got the Black in the Day, man, so take it away.
What's happening, Black people? Hey, yo, so every day, 365 days out of the year, we have Tyrus Kennedy who comes on and gives a Black history fact. That is Black in the Day. Today's fact is about today, April 13th of 1873. On this day, the Colfax Massacre occurred when an estimated 150 Black folk died in a battle-turned-massacre in a small town of Colfax, Louisiana, at the hands of white Republicans who were upset over the election for governor and other state offices. So, listen, 1873, keep on moving that shit to 1965. We understand that for hundreds of years, the voter suppression aspect of things has been happening. I'm going to get into a few details about this. The Reconstruction period that followed America's Civil War was one of the worst, most violent eras in American history. During that time, thousands of Black folk were killed by domestic terrorists like the Ku Klux Klan, who tried to reinforce antebellum policies of white supremacy. For many historians, one of the worst examples of this violence occurred 147 years ago today. That was the Colfax Massacre. You can find a description of that on blackpast.org. More than 300 armed white men, including members of the white terrorist organization, the Knights of White Camellia and the Ku Klux Klan, attacked the courthouse building. When the militia maneuvered a cannon to fire on the courthouse, some of the 60 Black defenders that was defending the courthouse fled while others surrendered. When the leaders of the attackers, how ironic is that though? Black folks was defending the courthouse while white terrorists was attacking them at it. Those who were wounded in the earlier battle, particularly Black militia members, were singled out for execution. The indiscriminate killing spread to Black folk who had not been at the courthouse and continued into the night. Historian Eric Forner notes that this was the bloodiest single instance of racial carnage in the Reconstruction era. The Colfax Massacre taught many lessons, including the lengths to which some opponents of Reconstruction would go to regain their accustomed authority. And guess what? I bet 99% of us ain't never heard of this motherfucking shit before today.
You're right.
I bet you that you ain't heard about this shit in American history. But this is America's history. This ain't Black history, because America did this. And so pay attention right there. But that's the Black.
You're making me think about, you said this massacre. I'm thinking about how many Blacks done died from the COVID massacre in one day.
There you go.
It's all relative, man.
Every day. Just think about every day how many deaths happening. You got New York going at 600 deaths, 70% of 600. If that's Black, you know what I'm saying? then that massacre is way deadlier than that massacre. And we watching it every day.
And man, I just want to, I'm sorry, CJ. Dog. I just caught news, man. A rattler has fallen to COVID-19, man. Head coach out there down in at Dillard High School, and down there in Florida, man. Young brother, 8 of 34, just passed away. Just reported. I just really just got it on my feed, and so I knew Eddie, man. Went to school with Eddie, bro. He's a good brother, and so it's crazy. I got chill bumps just now because when we talk about like black folks, you know what I'm saying, just being like sweeping across the country. We're looking at healthy. This brother was healthy. So we always talk about the vulnerable population, folks that can get it, folks that's more susceptible to getting it or dying from it. This brother here was a head coach at a local high school down in Florida, very successful in his career, man. I've been tracking him since day one, and now he's gone, man. So I just want to say R.I.P., man. Rest in power, bro. Eddie Frazier, man, we're going to miss you, brother, going at 34. And so, yeah, man, just want to say that.
Prayers to family with, for sure.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah. Rattler family took a loss. HBCU family took a loss, and the whole black communities across the United States took a loss today, man. Definitely a good brother, making a whole lot of positive energy happen in the communities around that he served. And so it's tough. But anyway, sorry about the sad news, man. Didn't really bring it, but I had to make sure I get that out there for sure, man, because I knew Eddie personally. But yeah, Seeker, man, we got the Black Listener Chaser Emmy portion of the show.
All right, rest in power to that young brother. And happy Monday, beautiful people. Thank you for tuning in with us today. Today is Music Crush Monday, and we are highlighting Marco Alexander, who was born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee, with an eclectic soul and an eclectic sound. We're going to get into this video brought to you by Crosstown Art Center in Memphis, Tennessee. Let's get it, Tyson.
Lex, Marco, what's
man?
good, bro?
What's good?
You doing all right?
I'm good.
What you think, man?
I like it. It's missing something though. It needs something.
Go do your thing, man.
I got an idea. Follow me.
Funny thing called love, and trying to really understand why our relationship would mean anything to someone else. I'm always thinking of the vision of how it all began. It was good from the start, can't see how you don't still feel my heart. People say love is based from emotion. It all falls down on you to make the right decision. We started this love 3 years ago, and you say it's not worth the tears. So go, I knew I felt it right from the start. Oh girl, follow your heart. Some say you might be leaving, and we won't break even. Girl, follow your heart. Some think that I don't know how to, don't know how to love you. Girl, follow your heart. Baby, follow your heart. They say we're losing trust, and now I'm fighting for things I don't deserve. So I gave you the chance to leave, but you're still here. The best love can't be rushed. You say it's my fault, you got your nerve. It's amazing I didn't see it coming when it was so clear. There comes a time when love has to move on. Although it hurts so bad, you can't just watch your dreams go. I started this love 3 years ago, and you say it's not worth my tears. I knew I felt it right from the start. So girl, follow your heart. Some say you might be leaving, and we won't break even. Girl, follow your heart.
right, everybody, that was Follow Your Heart by Marco. And we hope that everyone enjoyed that video. Would you please share? And we are about to get ready to roll it on out. Chuck, let's get into it.
No chaser. This is Black with No.
DJ George Chuck. DJ George Chuck.
Violator All-Star DJs.
DJ George Chuck.
Violator All-Star DJs.
Small circles, drop the fuel. Roll it down, then I follow through. Roll it down, then we roll the fuel. I talk shit, but she know it's true. Ocean fuel, small